Welcome, Mr. Ochoa and Jesse. How are you?
How are you, Z? So great to see you today.
Nice to see you.
Hello and welcome to Ochoa Financial Podcast number 2. Today, my pleasure to have an incredible real estate agent, Jesse.
Thank you, Mr. Ochoa. Thanks for having me, brother.
Absolutely, man. So great to have you here. I've
Absolutely.
heard such great things about you, and I thought to myself, I have to have him on the podcast, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much again for having me. And I wanted to say huge congratulations on starting Capital Mortgage Trust.
Thank you, Jesse. You know how it is. As an entrepreneur, it takes a little time for you to get to, those moments where you could kind of expand and do your own thing.
Absolutely.
And I think, like many of my realtors and people see, my progress, I've put my dues to, be where I'm at today.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jesse.
Awesome.
Thank you. But hey, we're here for you today. What an incredible entrance you made.
Oh, yeah. That was exciting.
It was really nice. I'm
Yeah.
so proud of you and all the great things you're doing.
Awesome.
But let's start off. Today we're going to talk about Jesse, about what he's been doing in real estate, in his life, entrepreneurship, and a little bit of his background story of how he even got to where he is today, right?
Awesome. Yeah.
So let's start off, brother.
Let's do it, brother. So today I really want to talk about the art of hustle.
Yes.
So this is just like, you're in business. It all started with my grandfather. He was a very successful commercial realtor, and I've never seen somebody hustle as hard as this man. He worked till the day he died. He could have retired a long time ago, but just put in the hours and grind. Consistency and discipline is what I learned from him, and
Yes.
it took me a little while to implement that, but finally got there.
Yeah.
But so I want to just talk about a couple things of my childhood, what got me really as an entrepreneur. So,
Sure.
of course, seeing that from my grandfather, but
What
really,
else did you do? Yeah, so you say your grandfather was a big influence for you.
Absolutely.
He kind of taught you how to be mature. He taught you how to be disciplined, consistency, which is, great because a lot of people don't have that influence at a young age. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? So, so you started with your grandpa. Tell us the steps you took and how you got it.
Yeah, absolutely. So as a kid, I started, there's so many stories I could share, but I'm just going to share a few ones. I was like going door to door with my bicycle collecting cans. Cans. You get 5 cents per can.
I love it.
But I wanted to make money as a kid.
Of course.
As a young kid, I couldn't get a job. So I was collect the cans with a big garbage bag and bring it home, go through people's trash, taking their cans out, bringing it to the supermarket with my mom, and really starting to put that money into a savings account and then in a Roth IRA as I got older, and really just, we'll talk more about that.
Fantastic. So he mentioned a good point. Roth IRA, for the people out there thinking, what's a Roth IRA? So I'll explain it a little bit, let Jesse kind of tell you as well. A Roth IRA is a fantastic way to set up a retirement fund when it's time to retire. It's great to start when you're early. You get a lot of tax exempts from, not paying double tax, for having the account in there. It's a money market account. And it's just good for retirement, right, Jesse?
Absolutely.
Like, when did you start your account?
23, 22, a little late. I would have liked to start earlier.
Right.
But
it's always great to start. That's
Absolutely.
the thing. You can start at, even if you're in your 20s, 30s, it's somewhere where you could start now, or even if you have a good influence with the younger generations, have them start earlier.
Absolutely.
Because I always tell people, if you correctly start your account and you pick the right stocks and the right places to put your money, and you let it reinvest itself with compound interest, by the time you are 60, you are going to be set up.
Yeah, absolutely. So allocating money from each deal to different parts of my life has allowed me to live.
Fantastic.
nicely.
So you did the cans.
Yeah.
And then after you did the can venture, what happened
Oh
next?
man,
What
so
happened
we went
next?
to sleepaway camp, and basically the family would come, family day, and my parents smuggled in sodas. I guess sodas,
It was
right?
in the can industry, as we started off.
the sodas, and I would sell them from a premium because they couldn't get soda. So
oh, I see.
So nobody had what I had.
Mhm.
So I had like a little cooler with ice, and
Yes.
and I would charge like $8 a bottle, and
For
people
a-
$8. So marketing, just really learning
Supply and
and demand.
demand.
Absolutely.
Ah, there it is.
Absolutely. So just really always trying to, what can I do? Always thinking, what can I do next? What can I do next? So that was like the two really cool, pivotal stuff that really
At
got
an
my
early
mind.
age.
Yeah, I was young.
Okay, so we got the cans. You're understanding the entrepreneurial mind and with supply and demand.
Yeah,
So as a
absolutely.
young kid, if you learn this, you can start to implement it more and more in your life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
So what happened there? You went from cans, from this, and then what got you more into real estate, or what maybe stepped it up for you? Like,
Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of sad. My grandfather passed away 10 years ago. Yeah, it's
it
part
happens.
of life.
Life.
It's
you
part
know,
of life.
Part of life.
But he was a big influence on me. He would always ask me, "What do you want to do?" And I never had an answer for him. So now, hopefully, he's up there watching. That we're
He is.
we're doing business. So, one last thing I want to talk about before we get really into the real estate side is to give back. The importance of giving back.
Yes.
So, had a friend when I was younger, had juvenile diabetes, and this is where another part of the hustle comes in.
Yeah.
Door knocking, right? I'm 9 years old with two friends.
Yeah.
We're knocking on people's doors, little kids with a box, a shoe box, asking, "Hey, would you like to make a donation? My friend has diabetes."
Right.
We raised over $5,000
Get outta here.
a 9-year-old.
As a
And
9-year-old.
cut the check for the friend. So
So he would get his treatment.
yeah, so it's pretty cool that at a young age, there's always
Yes.
good influence by my family, my grandfather, my parents.
You had a good upbringing.
Absolutely.
And that's the beautiful thing. Like when as a young child, you're able to have that upbringing, that love from family.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you can accomplish.
Absolutely.
And it's a little sad sometimes to see where maybe some children don't get that opportunity. Maybe they grow up in an environment where they don't have that ability, and they have to kind of push themselves to get out of that to something better, right?
Absolutely.
And that's part of the community help. Like you said, we want to help those out
Outreach,
there
yeah.
and outreach. So a lot of what I want to do in the future with realtors and other people that want to get involved with me is helping the community, be an advocate for the young youth.
I love that.
There's my first podcast that I had was with France the Realtor. So she is the president of the Urban Youth of Palm Beach.
Love it.
And there's a lot of mixture in there. There's African Americans, there's Hispanics, there's white,
Amazing.
there's everything, but it's young entrepreneurs that want to surround themselves with like-minded people.
love that.
Isn't that such a great thing?
I love that.
Isn't that such
That's awesome.
And I want to continue to do that and help either the homeless, the children, just spread the message and the knowledge that you and I know.
Absolutely. I mean, actually, this year I'm helping out at the EJS project. It's a project in Delray that helps the underprivileged.
What is it called? I'm sorry?
EJS project.
EJS.
Yeah.
What does that stand for?
Emmanuel Dupree Jackson. He's a good friend and a really great influence in Delray community.
Fantastic.
Shout out to Dupree.
Shout out.
So he does such a great organization, and he gets all the people in Delray, the kids, to really excel in their academia.
Good,
right?
good,
People
good.
who don't have the strong influences, he's that influence. They're doing a turkey drive. So the goal is to get 400 turkeys, but actually me and a friend, we're partnering up, and we're going to do a canned food drive. We're not sure if we're going to do it for Thanksgiving or for the holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, all that stuff. So,
That would be nice.
so definitely would love to get you involved.
Yes,
That'd be
I
awesome.
would love to. We'll come by.
Yeah,
we'll get things
absolutely.
together for the community, which is, like you said, the outreach for the community is the best.
Yeah.
I feel like if you do well in life, or you're successful, that you should always give back.
Absolutely.
Because giving back is what we are able to do. Because there's a lot of millionaires, billionaires that have all this money, that have so much that they don't even know what to do with it.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do is give it back to the people that need it.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
So I really like that about that,
I
Jesse. I
agree.
like that about you, that your mind is not just about making money and yourself. It's more about everybody and just helping.
Absolutely.
And I could tell.
And I can tell you that it translates into the business side of things.
keep going.
So, in business, the level of service you provide, when you help someone and really give them quality service, it translates. And you can see that, the level of service you provide translates to the
to
your
the
business.
outcome you
get.
get.
The outcome.
Exactly.
Referrals, word of mouth, everything.
Everything happens in
Yeah.
there.
And I really want to know, I know we're getting to know each other and you're getting to know me. I want to hear
course.
really about your story too. If
Of
we have
course,
time for that.
yes. No, we have plenty of time for that.
Awesome,
This interview
awesome.
is about us, me,
Yeah.
you, especially the featured guests. I
Thank
love
you
that
again. I
you're here.
appreciate
Thank you. But of course, so like I said in my other podcast, and I'll continue to tell about my story, I grew up in the same similar situation as you. I've had parents that were very helpful, very loving, supportive.
Awesome.
And they were in the business industry, so I had some influence on that end.
Nice.
And they just kind of mold you, you know what I mean? That's what your parents should do. They should mold you into a good child, a good citizen for the world. And
Absolutely.
And with that good upbringing, came, okay, what can I do to not just help me, but to help my family move up in society?
I love that.
Because I came from Colombia. I'm Colombian.
That's amazing.
So my family migrated from Colombia to the U.S. for a better opportunity.
Wonderful.
And the best thing I could do for them is give it all I've got.
I love that. And I love working with the Latin population. I mean, and I look at some of these people like yourself and I'm just so impressed that
Thank
you
you.
come from Colombia to come here and build what you've built. That's really
Thank
impressive.
you.
And I
Thank
wanted
you.
to just highlight, like, you work with a lot of foreign nationals, don't you?
I do. Like, so my niche is foreign nationals.
That's awesome.
In Miami, developments, because in South America and other countries, there could be times where, politics are a little touchy, right?
Yeah, of course.
And maybe some people think that having their investments or money in a certain country is a little risky because you never know. Maybe there's a dictatorship that comes through. You know how it is in other countries.
Of course.
And they can maybe take your land or money. You never know. And they go after the rich, right?
Of course.
So a lot of people, they put their money and they invest it in the U.S. A lot of Miami and Florida.
That's awesome.
And what I do is I help the wealthy in those countries bring their money here by
Great.
opening up an LLC, a company, so we could funnel it everything in a way where it's legal, of course.
Of course.
But it could start a portfolio for somebody here.
That's
in America.
amazing. You're building people's dreams
Yes.
in the U.S. and
Yes.
help them live the life that you've created for yourself too.
Thank you. And
Really
aside
cool.
from foreign nationals, we help locals from all type of income brackets. It really is one of those things where we could guide you, but you have to help yourself as well. Like, we can't just hand you everything, but then you don't do anything. You have to put your 2 cents and get to where you need to be to get to your goals.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's really great. Aside from that, I'm taking it day by day. I have a company. I have great friends and great realtors like yourself. And
Thank you.
I'm just trying to live day by day the best I can. And I don't think about the money. I don't think you should ever think about the money.
I agree.
I think you should think about the progress and the maturity and evolution of your life. And as things start to come together, the money will follow. But don't
Absolutely.
chase it. You'll never make it if you chase the money.
The process, how important it is. If you focus on, deals will fall through, it's inevitable.
Mhm.
But you got to focus on giving, and it all comes back to, I mean, selflessly. If you're selfless about giving and helping other people, I mean, we can
It comes
talk
back.
about that all
We
day.
can talk about
you know?
But let's talk about real estate, right?
Awesome.
So we're both in the real estate game. I'm
Yeah.
a financial broker. I finance a lot of big deals for my realtors and clients.
Awesome.
And you work in the real estate side.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
listing, buyers, tell me what got you started in real estate, how it's going, and what your future goals are in real estate.
Awesome. So I was working in food and beverage, have a culinary degree background, always been entrepreneurial, and decided I didn't want to work for other people. At some point, it comes to the point where you're working. I worked at the Marriott, 14-hour days, 2 hours driving, just building somebody else's future.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Their
right,
brand.
Right.
So I decided, got into working for cars, selling cars, and that really wasn't for me because I felt like we weren't helping people. I wanted to, again, with the philanthropy and entrepreneurial side, I was
Right,
like,
right.
real estate's the answer. And I had that background with the family. They did commercial, I do residential. But no, once I got into real estate, I really started only taking it like super seriously, let's say 6 months ago.
Okay.
And I went, I'm coached by the Mike Ferry organization. And once I really started like actively getting involved in the coaching,
Yes.
my business just took off in the last month. Like I was doing a deal or 2 deals a month. Now I have like 10 or 12 transactions this month.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
Jesse.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, dude.
So you got some mentoring, some people were helping you out, and you were like, look, I got 1 or 2 deals, I'm gonna implement these things, and now you're at 10 a month.
Yeah. Well, just starting
Just
10
this
a month.
month, 10 a month.
Fantastic. I started a team, the Green Group.
The Green Group. Let
So
them
I
know
have
the Green Group.
The
from
Green
Jesse.
Group. I have a buyer's agent and I have a virtual assistant who does the social media marketing, all the marketing behind me.
Yeah.
Content creation, and it's been really great connecting with people online. Yeah, we're getting a lot of views on Instagram, and it's just about building the brand. So
yes.
which is very important.
Very important. We're doing it right now.
Absolutely, we're building your brand and my brand.
We're
so
trying
again,
to make
thanks for having me.
Of course, no. This is for the people. This is so that people understand. Like, look, if you come to West Palm, the Delray area, Miami, that you could reach out to one of us and have a team that works together to get your deal and your goals done. Whether it's your primary residence, secondary, or even an investment property.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love
you got to have a team, because sometimes when you don't have a realtor and a financier that coexist together and know how to communicate, sometimes deals fall through the cracks.
Absolutely.
Just because of communication. So many times. It's ridiculous.
It is so important to over communicate versus not give regular updates. But 2 things I really want to touch on that I think will get any realtor or any professional to the level that they want to see is discipline and working on that skill set, discipline and consistency. Those 2 disciplines, 3, discipline, skill set, and consistency will get you to that next level.
Yes.
So for me, I do role play 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Thursday, every week. We have a script group. You have to write out your scripts every day. Otherwise, you have to pay people money. If I miss
I love it.
If I miss it, I have to send money to the group. So last night I was at the casino.
Yeah.
I had to write it out. At the casino, I wrote it out, but I forgot to send a picture, so I spent $75. I mean, I wrote it out so that I can get the script. Anyways, what else?
Well, you told me about what you're doing in real estate and how things are going.
Yeah.
Any future events or plans or anything that maybe the audience wants to maybe go to? Do you have any?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. Maybe we can partner and do something. I really love that.
Some cool events.
Some cool networking events. Giving back is something I'd love to do.
Because education is big. A lot of people out there, and this is super important. Everybody has their own trait and skill sets, right? And some people could be fantastic in nature or a trade job, plumbing, electricity, or have their own firms and big things, but they may not understand the real estate and financial market the way they think. So that's why it's really good to us to go after people that make good money or decent money and just kind of let them know, like, look, these are the steps you could take to advance your life.
Absolutely.
And sometimes people are sitting on money and they just don't know what to do with it.
I see that so many times. People could have $100,000, $200,000 in just a bank account. They don't have a high yield savings account. They don't have the proper guidance, financing. Let's put this in a triplex and build multifamily. That's my goal for the next, is to get into the multifamily.
Get some passive income.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there's anybody out there that's a first-time home buyer, you could always buy a triplex, duplex, fourplex. You could live in one of them. You literally live in one of them and you put 3.5% down. 1 year goes by and you could rent all the units. And then you could go take your 4-unit rents and go rent or lease a nice place or buy yourself a nice place knowing that you have monthly coverage.
I know. That's something that I'm so excited to get into myself personally. So multifamily is my next step that I want to do personally for myself.
Well, you let me know.
Yeah, let's do it.
I know how to finance it.
I got it. Love it.
No, fantastic. So that's real estate. That's what's going on with you. On my end, I'm just going after realtors. I love realtors just like yourself. I go after people that hustle, people that really are putting, their foot forward and going, you know what? I have to really go out there, advertise and market myself, or else the deals aren't going to come to me.
I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, tell me.
So I just started prospecting, right? People don't actively search for business. Before, I was only buyer's agent. I would buy leads, and nothing wrong with buying leads.
No.
But they say list to last in this business. And now
I love that.
all I do is call expireds and my past clients, and now I have 6 or 7 listings, 5 pendings. I'm just actively always searching
Good.
Who can I help next? Who
Yes.
can I help? The
Help.
word is help. Who can you help? And if you help them, again, it comes back to you in
monetary,
non-monetary ways as well.
Referrals.
Absolutely.
It comes back in many ways.
Yeah.
You know, which is what we want to advertise and want to tell people. Like, it's like there's some bad image sometimes of real estate agents and financiers that we're after the money, we're after the biggest sale and this and that. And in order for us to stop that stigma and that mentality, we have to be the ones to take that step.
Absolutely.
We have to be the ones to be fair and to understand clients and not have them buy the most expensive. No, buy something that's reasonable and that they're able to maintain on a monthly thing, a monthly payment.
Yeah.
Because what if like we go after the biggest and biggest property and then they go and they get it, but then they foreclose next year because they couldn't handle it. And now it's like, oh, wow, like my team did great job. They had me for it. That's not what you want.
No. And again, it's about doing what's always right by the customer, client.
Yes.
Always doing the right thing, even if you don't make money or if you make a minimum amount of money, it comes back to you. So don't, again, like you said, don't focus on the money. Provide high level of service and just level up your life, your professional, the way you show up. You're dressed very nicely, you show up nicely.
You as well.
Thank you. And just anything that you could do to offer high value, do it for your clients. And
absolutely.
It'll come back to you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we spoke about your life a bit. We understand where you came from, how you got the influence from your grandfather, what you're doing in real estate. Is there any other projects you have in mind, or anything maybe in the future that you wanna do?
Are we talking real estate related? Or
Anything, just, or even if it's not fully planned, like what do you manifest?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm very big on visual goals. I have like, I actually just bought this thing. It's like a pipeline board I'll send you.
Nice.
You can see all your deals on the board. So like now that when I go home, there's going to be like 12. I'm like, yo, how do we get that to 15?
Yes.
But no, really growing my team now that I started.
That team.
I'm really excited. I have a buyer's agent, and she's new. So it's like coaching and mentoring and hand-holding. And then just, I love to travel, so I want to go back. I've done 24 countries.
No. Tell us the countries.
Yeah, absolutely.
24.
A lot of Asia. I'm big into Latin American countries too. Speak fluent Spanish, learning Italian. And
top three countries.
Top three. Oh man.
Yeah, you're like, I have to go back. I love the countries.
I love Southeast Asia, so definitely Thailand. I'd like to go to Colombia.
Yeah. Are you saying that because I'm Colombian?
No, I want to go to Colombia. They have a lot of
saying that because I'm Colombian.
A lot of nice food and salsa and everything. And then
salsa.
And then also, we get a little dancing. And then also, I really want to go back to Italy because my goal is to be fluent in Italian.
Oh wow! Why?
So I love languages, man.
Just love
languages. I speak fluent English, fluent Spanish, learning Italian, a little bit of Thai, a little bit of Creole, and my aunt speaks like 6 or 7 languages fluently.
Okay.
So I have people to practice with, but I definitely would love to do a deal with you in Spanish. I did my first deal in Spanish, like complete Spanish, knowing this. So
no English at all.
Awesome.
And you closed it. The client was great.
Absolutely, man.
Well, no, I would love to. I mean, if my audience doesn't know already, I speak fluent Spanish. Yo hablo español muy bien y ayudo mucho a los clientes en Estados Unidos, en muchos otros países. Y la cosa es trabajar con agentes que necesitan esa ayuda, y Jesse es una persona muy excelente para eso. Entonces, it's going to be really good to partner up with you and do some real estate for either Spanish speaking, English speaking. I mean, it's the really good thing about it is in America right now, you're going to have Spanish people. Like, we're such a melting pot of beautiful people trying to make it. And the majority of the languages are English and Spanish. That's like the biggest ones, right?
Absolutely.
So if you could tap into the Spanish market, it's an amazing way of just tapping in and making either more money, more connections.
I love that. Yeah, and just your culture is just so vibrant. I really love it. So like what you're talking about, that Spanish speaking, it's so amazing. I mean, I love languages. Love the culture, love the people. Some of the nicest people I've ever met were Latin.
Very hospitable. Like even if they don't know you and you're in the streets and you seem nice and you're like, I'm hungry or something, they'll take you in.
Oh, that is true. That
and
is
they
so
will
true.
feed you. They will have a place to stay, like, and they don't even know you. It's just such a warm hospitality type of people. I love it.
That is
I love
true.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it, Jesse. I mean, hey, we've talked about quite a bit. I love how you told me about your the way things started for you as a child, the way you came up. Right now, Jesse is a realtor that is going to change the market in Delray and a lot of other places. You're going to see his things on Instagram. I'm going to make sure I share his things on social and YouTube so you guys can go follow him.
Awesome.
Okay? And he's just a great guy to be with, and hopefully him and I can work together, do more events. You'll probably see him in a lot more podcasts that I do, or even just regular social media videos.
Dude, I appreciate it. This has been awesome. Thank you so much for having me, man.
No,
and
I loved it. I
mean, your professionalism, I mean, we haven't really had much experience to talk before, but your professionalism, recommended by a nice friend of mine, Juan. Shout out Juan.
Juan, he's in the background. We'll get him.
Great realtor, by the way, as well.
Great realtor. He's a fantastic guy.
Thanks for, thank you to Juan for connecting us.
Yes.
But I'm really impressed with your professionalism and your communication style.
Thank you.
I can't wait to do a deal. Hopefully, I really want to do another Spanish deal. So
yes,
I would love that.
As soon as you have something, we will come here if we want to have lunch with them.
Yeah.
Whatever to make the client feel good and special.
Absolutely.
And we'll make it happen.
Awesome.
All right?
Yeah.
But Jesse, it was such a pleasure to have you. I think
you.
what we spoke about today, we could speak about for hours. But I want you guys to get a gist of who Jesse is, how he came up, and keep an eye out for him because he will be a very big killer in the game very soon, if not already. You know how it is. It takes a little time.
Yeah.
But you'll get there. Because
Yeah,
I could just tell by the way you dress, the videos that you do. He's super into social. He's going out there. So I don't invite just anybody on these podcasts. I want to have people that are in the biz doing what they do and are hustling, and you're one of them, Jesse.
Thank you so much.
So I'm very proud, very happy that you came on this podcast.
Thank
okay?
you, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
All right.
And that's it. Another one here, podcast number 2.
Check them
Ochoa
out,
Financial
baby. Ochoa Financial
podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Dude, that was great.